Hey, how's everybody doing? It's Matt, and welcome to another progress video. So, today, I actually got a lot done with my account, and a lot has actually changed with the game. A very important thing happened today, and I'll get to the end of the video. I'll discuss that. But today I decided to go in a slightly different direction with both my account and the content that I produce for you guys. You know, after live streaming yesterday for a couple of hours, actually it was about a 5-hour live stream, I found that it was more enjoyable for you guys to actually, watch me do things that you guys can engage in, and, PKing is fun, it's engaging. However, when I live stream PKing, especially as a low-level pure, I get PJ'd and ragged on instantly. And I was getting ragged on for about 2 hours. So what I decided to do is just say enough is enough, and I'm getting out of this level bracket. I'm not going to be a level 62, 63 pure. I want to get out of this bracket, and I would like to become a higher level pure and eventually become a Zerker. As much as I love low level pures, I love higher level pures and Zerkers better. Now, that does not mean that I'm going to be becoming a Zerker right away, but due time, in the next couple of months, definitely going to be becoming a Zerker again, because that's really where I thrived in the past, as a Zerker. You guys remember me most as a Zerker running around with the Chaotic Maul. Now, of course, we're not going to be running around with the Chaotic Maul because they don't exist in 07, but nevertheless, I did kickstart the process off last night by getting 43 prayer at the Gilded Altar, and I want to give a special thanks to the French chat Alterscape for allowing me to use their Gilded Altar, although there was some guy standing in front of the door, opening and closing it, so that nobody can get in and use the Gilded Altar. It was quite annoying, but that guy got kicked from the house, and then we ended up being able to get our prayer up, so it was pretty cool. It ended up being about 142 bones from level 31 to 43, so not too many bones, but it was still an expense, about 200k. Not too huge, but still, it was an expense, so I got to make that money back. But what this will actually allow me to do now is do more conventional ways of making money, such as Barrows, and also more conventional, better ways of training, such as at Bandits. And great thing about Bandits is that it's very relaxing to train there, because you can semi-AFK, watch a movie, and by the end of the movie you can have a few strength levels. So that's what I did last night, and I'm now 73 strength and going for 80, because 80 is just like a nice solid number to stick with. 80 strength is my goal for the end of this week, and yeah, I'm actually on spring break right now, so I'll be scaping a bit more, but I'm actually going to be going on a trip this coming weekend. I'm actually going to be going to Boston for the gaming convention Pax East. I'm meeting up with a few friends there that are in town, and I'm just going to be going there to have a good time. I kind of need a little bit of a break. I've been going really hard with gaming and RuneScape and other things the past couple of months, as you guys know, starting back with the whole petition to get the old game servers back, and really networking hard with other people to make sure it goes through. But at the event, I'm going to be visiting the Twitch booth, as I've gotten pretty familiar and friendly with a lot of the guys who work at Twitch, so I'll be visiting them. And I'm also pretty curious to see if Jagex is going to be there, because, they were there last year to promote their game Transformers Universe. Also going to be going there just to see what's coming up with the upcoming titles for Xbox and PS4. I've actually never been to a gaming convention before, so I really don't know what to expect. But it seems like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I really can't wait to go. And speaking of live streaming, I actually have decided to dedicate Thursdays and Sundays to streaming for you guys. So if you're wondering when I'm going to be streaming, it's going to be Thursdays and Sundays until the summer. I'm going to be streaming from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time, a solid 7-hour stream on those days, twice a week. And, when the summer rolls around, I definitely will be streaming a lot more. However, this week there will be an exception. I'm actually going to be streaming Wednesday instead of Thursday, as well as Sunday as well. So I hope you guys can tune in, and you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Sorect, link down in the description, and that's about that. The final thing I did want to touch upon real quick today, briefly, is the whole notion of the removal of gambling from third parties and the banning of that. In case you did not know, it is now a bannable offense to gamble through third-party player-generated games such as flowers and other gambling items along those lines. Also, with regards to flowering and those other gambling items, they have been modified so that it is impossible to gamble with them. And again, even if people do find a way to gamble outside of staking with other items, they're just going to be reported and banned with due time, as it is a reportable offense. And I've also networked with some of the guys at Twitch to make sure that no one is streaming gambling, and they've actually taken a big stance against gambling in other games, especially through live streaming. That's really their policy. So they've adopted that policy. That's why a lot of high-profile gamblers were banned on Twitch prior to this removal by Jagex. So anyway, as much as gambling has a place in moderation for mature individuals of age, within RuneScape and other games played by adults and children, it really just should not exist and really does not have a place. What flowering and other third-party gambling games did to the game was it really just justified gambling to minors and children as a plausible and okay way to make money both in the virtual and real world. It desensitized the player from earning their gold and retaining value in their achievements in the game. It promotes third-party real-world trading, as 2007 gold has become a very hot commodity to the player base. Indirectly or directly, it is linked to scamming in RuneScape. And it takes away from player interaction, which is thriving right now, and that's really the reason why players continue to play 07scape. There's a lot of player interaction and engagement, both with the economy and also with players doing things together. And it also causes players to leave the game due to the loss of their items, and it deters players from actually coming to the game because of the tolerance that gambling was in RuneScape. Now that there's a zero tolerance towards it, more players are actually inclined to come back to the game and play the game, as it's a more pure game. And so these are just my opinions, I guess you could say, of what gambling does. I'm sure I can't really think of any positives that it does really to a game, but nevertheless, it is no more. Jagex has jumped on the bandwagon and said, look, we have been thinking of this, doing something about this for months, and it's time that it's been done. So that's the end of gambling for now, and hopefully it never returns. But anyway, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a progress video, and I'm going to be producing these a lot more, and it's going to be a little bit more engaging as I do more streaming, especially with events that you guys can take part in with me, such as maybe Pest Control, Castle Wars, Barrows, and other things like that, even doing clue scrolls together and things like that. So I hope you all enjoyed this again. If you did, please leave a like and leave a comment if you love the fact that gambling is gone, or you have any suggestions. Also leave a comment down below as well. I do read everything, whether it be good or bad, troll or not troll. I do read your comments. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one, guys, and peace out.